y'all, it's Michelle from The Scattered Scrapper. Welcome to my channel. Today I am working on day 2 in my December daily, and this time I've got kind of 2 stories to tell. I'm going to use the grid paper that I just pulled out on the bottom of this page protector that has a 4x6 on the top and the bottom. And I'm looking for one to go in the top, and I decide to use this red with the pink polka dot on it. I love this paper. It's so cute. So I'm going to cut that in half to put these little pictures up here at the top. And I'm going to cut this one in half that I'm going to write about the journaling prompt from Chamel's Journal Your Christmas for day 2. But in this top picture, I'm kind of veering away from what she did, and I have my own little story to tell. So I have these pictures of some, extremes, I guess you could say, that's around my house at the moment. And at first I was thinking about using a photo mat for my pictures, but I decided against that. I didn't really like anything. And it's kind of an odd configuration. I have 2 horizontals and 1 vertical picture. And even though they're small, those configurations are still hard to work with. So I decide to go through the die cuts and see if I can find something that I like better than trying to map my photos. And I pick out this really big Christmas ornament, which I'm excited about because it kind of plays off the little ornament or the 2 smaller ornaments that are on day 1. And this page is right next to that page. So it kind of ties them together, and I like how that looks. So I'm also looking through the die cuts for some things to put on the card on the bottom. And I love this Merry Everything and Happy Always die cut that I'm going to use as my title, but I want to put something up underneath it to kind of fill in that corner. And I really, really like this die cut of the poinsettias, but it's a little big. I know I talked about this before, that these die cuts are a bit big for this kind of a project. And I love this. I love how that looked, but I didn't want to cut the flower. So I just was like, no, I'm going to save that for something else, and I'm going to keep looking. So I go back to the original die cut, and then I think, well, maybe I have something on the sticker sheets. So I pull out the sticker, and there on that top page there is the same motif, just a little bit smaller in a sticker. And I was so excited. But I wouldn't be me if I didn't look to see if there maybe was something that might work a little more. And then there's that flower that's a little bit smaller. And I do try it, but I don't like it as well as that big one. Oh, that big one is so pretty, and I've got to find somewhere to use it. But this one's a little bit too small, and it covered up too much of it. So I'm going to go back to the original and put that down there. And this title really kind of goes with the idea of the journaling for this day in Chamel's class. So I got my number 2 down there as well. And then I'm going to put everything away because for some reason when I'm finished with something, I have to get it out of the way. If it just lays there, it's very distracting to me. Even if I just push it off to the side, it just can't be right in front of where I'm working. I'm a weirdo. So I've got things situated kind of how I want them. So now I'm going to go ahead and ink everything. Get those edges just kind of softened up a little bit. And I'm using the Distress Oxide Black Soot. And I get my die cuts inked. And I also have inked around the edge of my 4x6 card. So I've got this little cluster going right here, which I really like. And then I go ahead and Do the same thing up here with my ornament and the 4x6 card that I have cut. And just get that on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and move that bottom card out of the way and focus on this top one here. And I get my ornament stuck down where I want it. And I'm going to go ahead and put my pictures down. And now these pictures are a picture of the top of the chest of drawers that's in my foyer. And for many, many years, my mom has been giving us all these little flip-top ornaments, these little bitty boxes. And they're really heavy, so it's hard to put them on the Christmas tree. So this year I decided to display them all on the top of my chest of drawers here. And there's so many of them, so it's a lot. And then the bottom picture is a picture of a lot of ginger snap cookies that I had made. And then the other picture is all of the wreaths stacked up on our fireplace and mantle as we were getting them ready to put them out onto the windows outside on the front of the house. And I took a picture of it because it was so funny to me that it was just wreaths all over our mantle and fireplace. And it really made me think about this meme that I had, or not meme, but this little sign thing I had seen a picture of that said, "In a world full of Grinches, be a Griswold." And I was like, I love that so much. So I had to use it. And I had to use it with these photos because these photos they're kind of extra. I mean, they're not like over the top, but for us, they're kind of over the top. So I thought they went really well with this sentiment. And so I've got my title put down here, and I used some Tim Holtz Sizzix dies for the little letters. And then I think the block letters are LA Studio. And then I used that little string of Christmas lights down there at the bottom, which of course is just quintessential Griswold. So I had to get that on there. And then I put those little bitty holly berries with the holly leaves on it that I love so much to sprinkle around. And I got one down there in the cluster on my bottom card. And now I am looking at the little puffy stickers to see if I can find something to just put a little bit of a cluster up in this upper left-hand corner. And the little stars, hearts, and dots are perfect. And I go ahead and get my journaling down. And now my journaling down here is not talking about the pictures up at the top. It's totally something else. So I've got two stories kind of going on at the same time here. And what I'm going to do up at the top is actually use a tag. And I'm going to write my journaling in the tag and then just put it behind my card of "In a world full of Grinches, be a Griswold." And now I'm going to finish up this little cluster here with some more puffy hearts, stars, and a little dot. And then the last thing I'm going to do, well, it's kind of the last thing. At first, it's the last thing that I'm going to do is put on my Distress mica stain. And I'm still using the green one, which I can't remember what color it's called. It's like balsam fir or something, but I love it. It's shimmery, and I'm going to get it on both of these cards. And the last thing I do, which you won't see here, but you will see in the photos, is I go ahead and change in the title, the BA. It's sitting on top of that ornament, and you can't really see it in the black. So I make some more letters out of red with the pink polka dot paper, and then you can see it much better because the black just kind of blended in. So here here we are all done, and I'm gonna bring these up to you so you can get a little bit closer peek. I hope you're having a wonderful December. I cannot believe that we're already almost halfway through. I'm not ready for Christmas yet, but we'll get there. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.